Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the O2 Blue Room. We're live. We are live on Facebook. This is O2 Inside Line. Ladies and gentlemen, England beat the Welsh. Let's take a look at the O2 Blue Room green room and find out who's going to be joining us today for a quick chat post-game. There they are. Jack Nowell, George Kruis, Joe Launchbury and Richard Wigglesworth. Let's welcome them in, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing we need to talk about. Joe Launchbury, what an offload in the corner. Oh my goodness me. That's obviously something you've practiced many times in training. That was class, absolute class. Standout moment of the game. You must be really pleased with what went on.
Definitely not practiced. I think I knew there was an advantage. I think we had an advantage for a penalty or a knock-on, so it was probably worth a shot, and unfortunately it came off.
Second half was a pretty tough second half. The Welsh seemed to put up a barrier, but we got through it, and it's a victory we can be proud of.
Yeah, for sure. I think we targeted a game plan against them. We executed it well, and I think we're happy with the win today.
Completely different game the Welsh played against the Italians. There's always one Welsh fella who can't take his drink. Sit down, son. Completely different game the Welsh played against the Scottish. We'll get there in the end. Thank you. We seemed to just shut them down. They didn't move the ball as freely.
It was tough conditions out there. It was ball was very greasy, so defences were on top. Once we had that lead, I think we were good value for it, really, and they didn't trouble us too much.
Jack, what was the game plan going into the game? What was the last message that Eddie gave you guys?
I think it was quite simple for us going out there. You know, we came with a game plan of keeping it tight. We knew the weather was going to be pretty awful out there. Shorten up our passes and just try and play through them, just keep them from the ball.
We saw Eddie come down from the stands onto the sidelines. Can we repeat anything that he said? Do you know what he said when he came down, Richard?
He just said that we were tiring. That it was the forwards did all the work for us today. So make sure we play the ball in behind them, get to set piece time where we thought we probably going to get a bit of dominance later on and finish the game like that.
There were a little bit of handbags against the Welsh. Is that always fun when it kicks off a little bit? Come on, Joel.
Yeah, I think it's part of the game, isn't it? I guess it's a physical game we play, and there's a lot of rivalry in this game, and it's an important match. It's a fantastic tournament with loads of history, and both teams today are absolutely desperate to get the win. And occasionally that boils over, but I think on the whole today it was a great test match, to be a part of, and I hope you all enjoyed it.
I love Joe Launchbury. You gotta love Joe Launchbury. George, let me just ask you. The gaffer doesn't like talking about the future. He takes one game at a time. It's all progressive. It's a journey, all right? Where do we go from this victory against the Welsh? What have we got to do?
I think we go to Scotland, don't we?
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
We've got a nice training camp booked in for next week, so I think we've got the weekend off. Good training camp booked in, and then into Scotland week.
All right, well, let me pose some questions from the fans that we've had via Facebook. Some are a little bit random, all right? This is from Toby, age 14. When you were a kid, Richard, how did you practice kicking?
On his brother.
Yeah. The very boring answer of repetition, repetition, repetition.
So just consistent reps.
Lonely child, me and a ball in a field, and that was me for an hour.
Oh, really? Richard, if you ever need anyone to play Xbox Live with, I'll be your man.
Thanks,
all right? No worries. Sam Not Cult on Facebook, real name. Who spends longest doing their hair in the England squad? Jack, we'll ask you that question.
Dan Cole.
The man ain't got no hair. Is it you, Jack? Because you've sported some hairstyles in the past. We've gone for the top knot
Mine's
tonight.
pretty simple. I just tie it up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anthony Watson, probably.
Yeah, Anthony does.
He's got to dry his hair in his afro.
Yeah, he does zhuzh it up a little bit, doesn't he? Simon says, how did you feel first time you were picked for England, Joe? Can you remember that?
Yeah, it's. I reckon I'll probably speak for all the guys here. Well, it stands out as one of the best days of your career, and fortunately, we've all managed to do it and managed to repeat it again a few times since. But I think you always remember your first time playing here and your first game as well. It's something you probably worked towards for a long time, so it's a very special day.
It's a very special moment, and you never forget your first time. What do you think of Danny Kerr becoming the most capped scrum half? Quite a moment for him, George.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's been a proper servant of English rugby. Sometimes he's bided his time, and today he's got the start and managed to get that record, which is fair play to him.
Has he invited you to his testimonial?
He has actually, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. Have you got the invite, Jack?
I'm too far south for the invite, so no.
Oh, come on. Network Rail or whatever it's called. Joe, are you going?
Unfortunately, we seem to get invited to all of them, so it's not necessarily a popularity thing. It's more of a you have to turn up. So.
It's all about the numbers. Yeah. It's all about the numbers. Wow. Way to throw that man under the bus. Nice. Catherine says, what will you do to celebrate tonight if you get the chance to celebrate at all? Richard, we'll start with you. A game of Xbox Live with me, Call of Duty.
No, we will go back to the hotel and have a few beers in the bar.
All right. George, few beers. Joe, a few beers. Joe, I see you as an IPA man, not a lager guy. What do you drink?
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm a lager man, I think.
Are you really? You've been on this stage many, many times. We know what you drink. Hey, anything wet. Jack, what's your drink of choice tonight in the bar? Are you a cider man, Jack?
I'm not. I don't like cider. No.
You don't like cider?
No, I'm sorry. Maybe
You've disappointed the West Country boys.
Sorry, guys. Maybe a gin and tonic or something. I've got to watch my weight.
Alison wants to know. Right, it's the off season. You've finished training. You've finished England. You've finished with your clubs. You get home. What's your one cheat meal that you're going to enjoy, savour and devour?
We definitely don't wait till the off-season to have a cheat meal, I tell you.
What?
I tell you that.
Yeah, we do. We're professional, mate.
Yeah, don't dispel the myth, Richard. Yeah. You're primed, finely tuned athlete.
I'm 80 kilos wet through. I pretty much get away whenever I want. Yeah. What do you like? I love a McDonald's. I'll smash a McDonald's.
Fair enough, George.
Curry.
A curry? Nice, Joe.
Roast dinner.
Not a cheat meal.
Jack.
A pasty.
A pasty!
Got one back.
Jack loves a pasty. It's plain and simple. You should have been here earlier. Oh, we had 600 to give away. Good grief. Do you know what? You need to be on some kind of cooking show. Cooking with Jack in the West Country, where I don't like cider, drink gin and tonic, but a lot of pasties. That's quality.
I'd back myself with a mean pasty as well, yeah.
Kimberly wants to know, how do you like your eggs in the morning? Jack? Fried?
I'm a scrambled man.
Scrambled? Joe?
Scrambled as well, yeah.
George?
Poached.
Oh.
Fried.
Richard? Fried. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. Absolutely outstanding. A fine performance against the Welsh. It was a game of attrition in the second half, but we came through. On to the next one. Congratulations. Give them a big round of applause. Jack, Joe, George and Richard. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you in the week.